Hey Snap fans! Today we were playing a deck called High Stones where we were combining the power of High Evolutionary and Thanos and his Infinity Stones. Two big bad cards that bring a lot of power to a deck with some really interesting opportunities to work together. Of course, Soul Stone from Thanos does the Affliction effect, which powers the Abomination cost drop. Wasp is buffed by High Evolutionary and, of course, goes great into Lockjaw. It's a really interesting combination that ended up with a lot of surprising wins and outcomes for us. I think this is a really strong deck. I think it needs some more play from me before I get it down to be super tight. But really enjoyed playing this, had a lot of fun, and won a bunch of games. So enjoy. Wow, 3 stones in the opening hand. I don't know if we care about Oscorp Tower enough to Reality Stone it. Good Soul Stone. Might as well. I think it doesn't help us, doesn't hurt us. Unlikely to be something our opponent really cares about, but we can reality it. Okay, Soulstone, they have Sunspot, and we're not running Killmonger, and we don't think they are either. So we can pretty safely play Power Stone. On the other hand, we could wait and both buff our Hulk. Yeah, let's wait. When I see Sunspot, I am generally going to be thinking about the lockdown version of this deck. So I do think that there's a lot of this folks playing the Storm, Spider-Man, Professor X with High Evolution, and they tend to run Sunspot. So I think we're probably looking at a lockdown version of this list. And we will try to play Mind Stone into Lockjaw next turn. You know, they do generally want to lock down their Sunspot lane. We're going to draw 2 from the Mind Stone and then draw again on our turn, which will fill up our hand, which will more than fill up our hand. So we can play Power Stone to give ourselves some draw space. Okay, Misty Knight, we're definitely overflow. They're looking to have some extra mana at the end of every turn, or extra energy. Love to get our Cyclops out. So we can play our Time Stone, which will draw a card. And then we can Space Stone. We're going to need to place... Yeah, let's play Space Stone. That means we're done for Thanos in the case that we draw it. We're going to overflow, so we'll subtract 2 more power on this side with Cyclops. This works. Wave is great news for us.
I am inevitable.
Although it does mess with the Wasp. I think we just want to play our biggest card. Yeah, even with Dr. Doom, we're still safe here, I think. Yeah.
Victory.
All right. We could Reality Stone or we could Soul Stone. I think let's go Soul Stone. The thinking behind Soulstone left here is that they're going to want to play a lot of cards here, and this helps us with our Abomination. So the more cards they play there, the more value we're going to get from Abomination. Mind Stone draws 2, so we don't have to play Reality Stone this turn. But I think we want to be getting them out as quickly as we can. Great. Oh, and our Wasp is just in time. We have all the stones and we have Thanos. So things are going well here. I think we snap.
Snap.
And what do we get? Oh, a Doom. That's great. Carnage is pretty good. Angel's not. Surprised to see anybody playing Angel. There's our Hulk. I think maybe we want to play our Power Stone and a Time Stone. Then we can play the Space Stone next turn. They might have a Killmonger, so maybe I should have held the Power Stone. I think that's a real risk, because this is a destroy deck that they're running. Wow. Okay, so I think we're going to want to play... Oh, we have an extra power, so we're going to want to play Hulk and Wasp, I think. And that just leaves a Thanos on our last turn. No, because we want to play the Space Stone this turn. So I think it must be Space Stone and Abomination. It might have been more right to play
Inevitable.
Hulk and Wasp. Yeah, there's the Killmonger, which makes me think that if we'd played Hulk and Wasp, we would have been setting ourselves up better. Because sure, we have Thanos, but we lost our Power Stone. It's not the end of the world either way. I'm going to play our Lockjaw, move our Lockjaw mid, play our Wasp, play our Hulk. And this is pretty strong. So I think we have, what we're expecting is for them to be playing double She-Hulk, maybe double Death. So still hard for them to win right, even with a She-Hulk and a Death. It's tough. They floated 2 power or 2 energy last turn. which means their She-Hulks cost 4. So they can only play one She-Hulk. I think they did destroy enough things for double death.
Victory.
Alright, we've got our Abomination and Shang-Chi. I think we're happy to play both stones out. Question is, we really do want to fill up the board in a lot of ways, so maybe it's worth reality stoning Superflow. I think we can get away with that. All right, Colossus. We don't see a lot of Colossus in this meta, but I guess it's resistant to some of the high evolutionary cards. Dream Dimension is worth looking out for. We'll just go ahead and play our Lockjaw. Ant-Man. So this is definitely an ongoing deck, like a Spectrum. Maybe a Spectrum Destroyer deck, because we see Colossus in that deck a lot. I think the question for us now is, do we want to play Cyclops in here? Maybe we play Wave. We don't have enough energy to play 2 cards. We don't want to play Right over in Jotunheim. You know, Cyclops and Soulstone aren't going to work on Colossus. So I think let's play the Soulstone, get it switched out with the Lockjaw. This is also buffing our Hulk because we have some spare energy at the end of the turn. Okay, we get our Thanos out. Definitely doesn't hurt. Play our Mind Stone. So we've played 3 of our stones. All we need is the Power Stone. Play our Cyclops left. So we're very strong mid. I think if we played our Space Stone and Power Stone, hard to imagine them winning. We could play Wave. So we're expecting a Spectrum here, which would buff everything so far. We've got New York, so they can move things left next turn. We feel really good about winning mid, although we could move a Thanos or a Devil Dino left. So I think that's a good enough reason for us to wave mid, hopefully pull out something else powerful, and then we can split the power next turn. Of course, Dr. Doom will make that impossible. I also was thinking about the fact that wave means that we won't be able to play 2 stones. But that's okay. I think we play our Hulk right, and we're pretty strong here, and there's not much they can do. They can play Spectrum, which is going to put 8 power mid, so that moves from 16 up to 24. It's not enough. If they play it left, they win because the Spectrum has, I think, 6 power, 5 power. Either way, but it adds 2 to the Punisher, which will give them more than 12. But I don't see any way that they can play enough power in Jotunheim, and I don't know how they could win mid since it's full. I guess what they could do is move one of their cards, maybe Cosmo left into New York, and then they could play, or they could move Colossus left and play Destroyer mid. Still, they're only adding 12 power, which isn't enough. So I think they've lost mid.
Assemble.
Yeah. There was no way. Was this a bot?
Victory.
I think. Okay, we want to play a stone on 1 to get the draw. The question is, do we want to play it in Shuri's lab? Yeah, if you were watching, if you were stream sniping and the streamer calls you a bot, that is definitely emotional damage. You know, you can tell in this game when you're playing a bot sometimes because they will have cards that are upgraded in a way that's impossible. So they have some of the things you need from later splits, but they don't have the earlier split visual. So they give themselves away in some cases. But also sometimes it's just they're playing in a way that doesn't make sense. Okay, so Power Stone we don't really want to play early if we don't have to. We don't know what our opponent is running. So I think we just hold here. And we'll play our Lockjaw left. Lockjaw in Shuri's lab is a little bit of a double-edged sword because if we keep pulling things out, like we're basically putting things back in the deck after they've been buffed. It might make it hard to win this location. Okay, so Bishop makes me think this is bounce, but they're way behind on their draw if they're trying to bounce here. Okay, we'll play our Soul Stone and our Power Stone. Gives us a draw. Great. Get our Hulk. Oh, and they do have the Killmonger right after I play the Power Stone. That's why it's worth holding the Power Stone. And they do have Kitty Prides. This is bounce. And bounce on Shuri's lab is tough. That's okay. They're not going to get very many bounces in, given that we have Wave. And we can play Dr. Doom next turn, which will...
Opponent snapped.
Yeah, I think that they probably have a good draw here. It's going to be hard for us to win. Unless they do that. I think Sarah is a very weak play, and we've probably got this. Wave is just such a strong counter against bounce decks. So weaken Dr. Doom. We drew our Dino, we drew our Wasp, we drew our Cyclops. So I do think like there's a pretty good chance they play something into Shuri's lab that's bigger than what we're gonna play. I guess we're hoping to get Abomination out, but pretty long odds. We should tie mid, and then we win right. And we'll win right by adding 5, so we'll have 10, they'll have 3. We win by 7. Over here, we're at 8 plus whatever comes out. They're at 5. So they need to add 10 power left plus whatever we get out. I think that we have a pretty good shot here. Wow, and they play right. That's actually really surprising to me, and much better for us. Yeah, it was 2 over there. It's tough. They're going to tie us mid, but we win left and right. So, good game. The question of today, which, like, please, would love everybody's thoughts in chat or in the comments of this video, is how would you buff or nerf Thanos? And this is a card that's changed a bunch over the last several months to check its power level. Are there any things you think should still change? Any of the stones you'd want to see work differently? Something that would make this card better, more fun, or something that would take away a little of its power? We'll play the Time Stone. No, we'll play the Mind Stone first. Great to have Reality Stone if we decide we don't want to end this on turn 4. But I think right now, it seems like we might have a shot at this. Wolverine. So I think we can definitely win one lane. Question is, how do we win a second lane? What's Reality Stone here? Okay, this is pretty good for us. So maybe not. No, wave was more trouble than help.
Opponent snapped.
We gave up our Reality Stone out. Alright, we'll get our Time Stone down. The hood points to, like, there's a reasonable chance of them having Killmonger, but we're likely looking at bounce again. Rickety Bridge. We don't care about our Space Stone, so we'll play it into the Rickety Bridge where it's likely to get destroyed. We really just want the draw from Time Stone and Space Stone.
Enough said, bub.
Okay, Wolverine. This might be a Galactus player. Be a little bit surprising. Can move our Time Stone into the mid. Maybe to ward off a Galactus, we Reality Stone mid. I guess what we would be expecting this turn is either a Wave or an Electro. And they'd probably want to put the Electro mid, but they might play either of them right just to be safe. So yeah, let's do the Reality Stone. Oh wow, we're there at Thanos. Was not expecting that at all. Who's running Thanos, Wolverine, and the Hood? That is a really surprising combination of cards. Okay, we can Wave and Power Stone. Maybe we want to Wave on 5. I don't think so. Okay, there. We've got 6 power mid, we've got 5s, they win mid. Destroy our stuff, but none of that was very important to us. So I think that if we Hulk over here, in trouble. We could Devil Dino right and win right. Maybe we Hulk here and Devil Dino right next turn. Is that going to be enough? They have everything down to potentially play Thanos, though they have not played their Space Stone or their Soul Stone. Yeah, I think Devil Dino, this left and Devil Dino right can win. Interesting, you might have expected them to play the Carnage on the Wolverine. To buff it, and also because its effect works well with Quantum Realm. But I think we stick to the plan here. And hope that our Devil Dino will carry us right, which I think, you know, pretty good chance that it does. Okay, Venom's a good play, benefiting that Wolverine, but not enough to beat us left. And I don't think that Soulstone's enough either, so I think that we're gonna win right and take it.
Inevitable.
Yeah. They didn't have it.
Victory.
Love getting Soulstone onto the raft because it's going to give us a lot of fodder for Abomination. They're going to want to try to fill this up. Meanwhile, that's going to discount us here. Sauron, not helpful for us at all. And I don't think we want to play the Wasp until we can put Lockjaw down. So we're just going to float this turn. So do they. Okay, so I think the question is, do we try to do this in another lane? But I don't think so. They reveal first, so Wasp has the chance to debuff 2 of their cards. They play another card here, which they don't. Okay. Love a Doctor Doom. So we can play these two. It's going to draw 3 cards, so we're drawing a lot. We're going to fill up our hand, but I think that's okay. I'd love to draw a Space Stone to play on 5. Oh, so we're actually going to get the Raft first, then we're going to get 2 stones. So we're going to have a very full hand, but I think that's okay. Hela is not helpful in the slightest. Punisher. We've seen like 3 Punishers in 6 games or 5 games, which is really weird. I don't feel like I've played against a single Punisher card in a long time. Maybe Camp Lehigh is hot or something right now. Okay. We haven't played a Space Stone, so we're not going to be able to get Thanos buffed here. Abomination's cheap, so we can play Abomination. Sauron doesn't help us. Maybe just a Power Stone. Maybe we want Abomination right. Power Stone mid. I don't think we play the Time Stone.
It's clobbering time!
Okay, so they can float to win left with their Sunspot. But I think they're going to have a hard time winning all of the lanes. So let's say they need to float 2. They're playing High Evolutionary. They have their own Abomination. Oh, and they retreat.
Victory